My friends, welcome back to my 200 3D CAD models in FreeCAD series. Today I want to work on 13. Now, exercise 13 is one sketch, pretty simple, very basic job. And as I promised in the beginning of the series that I will be doing all the exercises of these 200 problems, no matter how easy it is. But in my mind, it is unfair to do only one of these pretty basic one in one day. So what I decided is, for these basic sketch only jobs, I will take multiple of them in one video. So that way, I decided I will do 13 and let's see, 16 one sketch job, 17 it's only sketching, 20, 22. So 5 of them essentially it's sketching only. So we will do all 5 of these today. I want to start with 13. All right, that's the end of the sketching. Now that I'm thinking, I could do only half of the sketch and then do a mirror. But anyway, we did the sketching, and I want to extrude that for 5. So that's our object. Uh, Pretty simple. Let's jump into the next object. So let me go ahead and then open a new file. The next, I want to work on exercise 16. So I want to go ahead and then do some processing, and then I'll jump into sketching. I want to set the center in the center of this circle. Anytime I find anything circular, just by default I feel like that would be my center. It makes more sense. Like the previous one, we didn't have any convenient circular shape, but this one seems perfect. On XY plane, I want to start with a circle and maybe another a slot. So I want to take that slot all the way up here, then delete this part, make these two horizontal, okay, and maybe keep this in the same line. All right, now this looks pretty weird surface to me. Alright, the drawing part is over. Let's go ahead and then put some constraints in it. So the diameter is 34 and this diameter is 50 and this radius is 32, and what else? These two will be equal. Alright, the distance between these 2 points is 20 and these two will be symmetric, as should be these two. Alrighty, the distance between these two is given as 90. Okay, and I guess this diameter matters. What is this 13.8 comes from? Oh, the distance between these two is 13.8. 13.8, that's a precise calculation. We'll place that there. Alright, and what else we are missing? Okay, the overall, the distance between this point and this point is 164.9. Oops, something missed. My bad. So this point and this point is 164.9. That's the benefit of having a technical drawing in the background. All the human mistakes can be corrected like before it's gone too far. Okay, so how about this axis? This axis of this ellipsoid. Does it say anything about it? It does not. I wish the distance between these and this end point was given. Since it is not given, let's see if we can do any estimation. So this is the line that we want to make. So right, as if this now it looks pretty on place, so say 52. Yeah, I'll take that. So that's a pretty good guess. Okay, so the sketch is there. All we have to do is pull it up by 10 and that's our object. So this ellipsoid did prompt some difficulty. I wish it was given somewhere that it was an ellipsoid, but we got that part. So exercise 16 done. Let's go ahead and work on our next problem, which is exercise 17. Ooh, an S. I wonder what the name of this author was. Something starts with S. Anyway, let's go ahead and calibrate our image first. "95". Make it 50% less transparent, and center. For this one, I don't see any defined center given somewhere, anywhere. So how about this point? I did not pick the right point. So this is 90. 1 degrees of freedom. Oh, we're almost there. And which one is that one? Okay, the entire thing. Is these two line? Okay, yeah, there. Pretty simple. So the sketching is done. Let's extrude that as 15. That's our object. S, 3-dimensional S. So that's done. 17 is done. What's on our list on the next? 20. Oh, that's a complex one. 20. Let's go ahead and just start working on 20. First thing first, image processing. This is 214. And half transparent, keep it on XY plane there. Now looking at this sketch, I see it is symmetric by both axes in both directions. So I can sketch only quarter of it and then mirror it 2 times. That will do. So from that sense, I want to select our center at the center of this location. Let's start sketching. Okay. Sketching is complete. Let's put some constraints in it. First of all, the tangential constraints, and these are the only two actually these two will be tangential too, and that's all about tangencies. Okay, this point is 126 by 2 distance away. That's one. And this point is 216 over 2 millimeter away. Okay, so we got that 2 part covered. How about the height? The height of this point is 63. So that's one fixed point now. The diameter of this area, this arc is 60. And the radius of this one is 41. That doesn't make sense. It comes around 10, but it says 41. Is it 41 or 14? We'll come back to it later on. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's not 41. Or are there like 2 of those? Okay, I see what's going on. So instead of straight line, what has happened is there is an arc there, right? And that arc is 41 radius. I bet that's what's happening. Okay, so the radius of this one is 44.8. I take this is the same circle, so 44.8. So will be this. That's over constrained. So I guess we won't have to do a. So I can make these two equal. I don't have to put in any geometries down there. So this is 12.7. So the distance between these two is 12.7. Okay. Now the distance between this point and this axis is 214. So 214 over 2. So we got that part fixed. Okay, how about this? I want to place it in here. Yep, that feels about right. Right. So this is 12. This is radius 12. It's given. Okay. We're almost there. One more degrees of freedom, and I suppose this is the one that's holding us up. So 146. The distance between these 2 points is 146 over 2. There. So we got our first corner done, and I want to pull it up by 25. Okay, 25. Now what I want to do is I want to rename that as quarter part, and then I want to mirror it by xz plane. Okay. I want to make these two fusion, okay, and rename that as half, and then mirror that against yz plane. Again, make them fusion and rename that as final object. So although it was sketching job, here I definitely presented some challenge interpreting the technical drawing, but we finally did it. So exercise 20 done. Let's go ahead and work on our next project, exercise 22. First thing first, calibration. I want to place the center at the center of the big circle. Obviously, that's the only logical choice that you can have, right? And then I want to sketch only 1/3 of it. Let's start sketching. What I want to do is I want to draw only 1/3 of the sketch. So one way to do it is make sure we have our own boundaries. So if we want to have 1/3, so 360 over 3, that is 120. So the angle between these two will be 60. I want to make that 60. So if that is 60, this is 30 and this is 90. So it had to be 120, right? And I want to extend that all the way up here and make them on the same vertical plane. I want to make them symmetric. Okay. All right. I want to make those construction geometries because those are our reference lines. Now let's see how far they went. 220, say 250. Okay, that will do. So that's our reference line, and this part we want to draw. Let's go ahead and then start drawing. I want to draw this circle. I want to draw the outer circle. And then I want to draw this circle. I actually want to draw it a little bit more. Say the entire circle maybe. I want to draw the entire circle. Okay. And then I want to draw the outer part. So from here to there, and I want to fill in this gap. Okay. Finally, close this sketch with these two boundary lines. Alright, so drawing the part is done. The distance between these two, oh, it's given 20. We should have looked a bit more before we get worried about it. So 20. Okay, so we got that part covered. Okay, and that's there. I want to rename that sketch as sketch 1/3 and pull that up by 10. What I want to do is I want to replicate these 2 more times. So let's go ahead and pull in lattice. I know I should have gone with part design, but polar array, and their count would be 3. Okay, take this extrude and make a copy. Cool. We got that populated. Let's hide these two and make this one fusion. So that's our fusion. We got that part covered. Now what we have to do is we have to make these boundaries known, and the easiest way, I'm guessing, would be coming up with a rectangle. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take a centered rectangle from here and pull it up right there. Okay, so the distance between this point, so this is 100 times 2, that's 200. Okay, and this is another 200, so let's make that equal. Yeah, nope, 86.6. so the height is 86.6 times 2. Yes, that worked. Now what I want to do is I want to sketch boundary. I want to pull that up by 10, and now I want to select these two. I want to keep the common part of this and make that true. I'm going to refine it, rename that as final object. Okay, so what I did, this was definitely a bit more tricky for only sketching. What I did was I built this part and then replicated that 2 more times, and then I built a boundary rectangle and kept the intersection only. That way I did not have to sketch the entire part individually. In my mind, the way that I went was making more sense because I didn't have to go through all these circles and then draw them individually. So made things easier when we used Boolean operation in part workbench. Anyway, that's our all 5 sketching jobs. I hope you liked it, and next time I will work on exercise. So if this is 13, I will work on exercise 14 tomorrow. See you there. Thank you for watching. Bye.